What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. My name is Ty Workentine with my little brother, Evan Workentine.
What up, what up?
Episode number 56 of TEW Confrontational. Yeah, we'll dive into it. Last week we made an episode on Saturday there, right before the wide receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks performed, and then O-line was on Saturday there, Sunday or Monday, whatever it was,
Sunday, yeah,
Monday,
Sunday. And then I
Sunday,
think, yeah, Sunday with O lineman. And then I think
Saturday.
Monday they didn't have like a actual broadcast of it, but I think all the special teamers like kickers and punters went and did that on Monday.
Yeah, so yeah, big takeaways from like the Saturday. You had Xavier Worthy breaking the 40-yard record of John Ross back in like 2007 when he ran a 4.22. So yeah, Xavier Worthy out of Texas ran a 4.21 official. So like when he first ran it was a 4.22, but he was hyped that he tied it. It was a dream of his. He grew up watching the combine, saw John Ross run his, and then yeah, where you saw like they do like the simulcast and they're basically Xavier Worthy had like a one step, two, 1.5 step head like out
Hmm.
of the gate, but then John Ross top speed probably topped him out. And if it was a 50-yard dash, John Ross probably would have beat him or had a faster time. But
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy got a good start on it and he ran a 4.21 official. So that was pretty dope to see.
Yeah, I mean, awesome for him. I mean, obviously, yeah, having a dream like that, like you mentioned, just having a dream like that to, watching the combine growing up and then having, breaking the record all time. Um, but what do you think? I know we talked about this last podcast, but what do you does the 40-yard dash really even mean anything? I know it's yeah, they're fast, but you mentioned John Ross. He didn't do anything in the NFL, and I
I
don't
mean,
think he's still
he was a deep threat. I
he.
mean, he
And I think he already retired.
yeah, no, he did retire, I think last year, or the year
Hmm.
before that. But he was a deep threat for like Cincinnati Bengals, a deep threat for New York Giants. I mean, he had, yeah, big plays, and Xavier Worthy is more than just like a deep threat. You should see his routes in Texas. Like I
Yeah,
what they he
he's a
had,
baller.
yeah, they showed some of his film and his routes and stuff. And yeah, he's a dog, and he it looks like he has nice hands and everything. So I'm excited to see what he does. But that
He's
definitely
very
raises draft stock for sure.
very small build.
Yeah, I mean Justin Jefferson isn't very big either, but
No, and then you got that guy from Philadelphia. What's his name?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, 40 is good. I mean, I think you see all these guys that they already know they're going to go to the NFL. It's pretty much to improve your draft stock, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
you get more money, you get, yeah, everything is, yeah, you're in
I
a
wouldn't
better
say
position overall.
yeah,
Going,
you can put yourselves up a few notches, but if you perform bad, you can drop yourself as well.
yeah,
That's
for
why a lot of
some, yeah, like you, yeah, make your point. Yeah, I was just going to go into it. That's why some
yeah,
quarterbacks,
yeah, that's why they don't, because if they throw bad shit, so like they. But I think a lot of quarterbacks and people that don't participate in the combine, they still do their pro day. So feel like they're still doing
yeah,
a combine in some sort. It's some type of like sort of combine. So they're still doing a combine,
yeah,
but it's not
Caleb
just not the
Williams,
official combine.
yeah, Caleb Williams got a lot of backlash. I don't know if it was good, bad, like, you know what I mean? I think it's a little bit of mixture of both, but yeah, for him not performing at the combine, but he was there. He was on the field with all the players. I heard like he was the first one there in the morning doing media, all that fun stuff. And then afterwards, he was helping cleaning up the field, picking up cones with all
Yeah.
the other trainers and workout people and stuff like that. So that shows a lot of
Hmm.
class and character from him. But yeah, like you said, it could be one of the reasons why some people don't. I mean, it could be a nagging like ankle injury in your 40s, like slow as shit, and you're like, oh,
Right, and
what the fuck? Why did I
makes you
even?
look bad. Just let it heal. You're right,
Right,
right.
right.
I think that so one thing that I did see that I think that should be brought up, is why are O linemen running fucking 40-yard dashes?
Oh yeah,
Why?
there are a lot of injuries
I
coming
mean,
out of
yeah,
that
I get, yeah. I mean, I watched the entire because obviously Mason was in it. There's four or five guys that fucking got hurt.
back to back. Yeah, it was like
Like it
one
was
guy got
back to back
hurt.
to back to back
Yeah,
to back. So I feel like the 10 does matter because they do. The 10 is a big important thing for O linemen because you obviously block downfield a little bit, but why are they running 40s? I mean,
yeah.
I
There
feel
was
like they should.
a
And
lot of talk about that.
why are they doing vertical? What does that have anything to do with the position? And I feel like some of that stuff will be cut out eventually. It may take 5, 10 years, but I think it will be
Yeah.
cut out
Or
eventually.
maybe just shorten it down to like the 20-yard dash for the O lineman. But I
Right.
mean, the vertical Greenfield from South Dakota State broke the record
Yeah,
for
38 and a half,
offensive
which
linemen.
is pretty. I mean, dude, I mean, when you speak of verticals, I mean, 40 is huge. So if he's jumping 35 and a half for fucking, whatever
Yeah.
he weighs, 250, 260, that's pretty goddamn good. Or
Yeah,
maybe he might be
Garrett.
even 300.
Yeah, Garrett Greenfield. I don't know if it shows his like height and weight and stuff, but yeah, 38 and a half. It has to show his height and weight out of Rock Valley, Iowa, 6'6", 311 pounds.
So yeah, 300 pounds.
Yeah,
I said, I
311
said, I said
pounds.
250, 260. Shit, that boy's
Yeah.
getting up for 300 pounds, dude.
Yeah,
That's huge.
he ran a 5.22, so not the fast forward. That's still booking it for 300 pounds. The split was 1.7, so that's pretty damn good. 9.5 broad jump. So I mean, yeah, his athleticism score was an 82. He ranked seventh out of the offensive tackles for
Hmm.
athleticism. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then he ranked 16th out of all of them. He got a total score of 73.
Yeah, I
Um,
he performed decent, but I don't think like, you know, that. I mean, obviously the vertical was his biggest thing, but like after that, he didn't really do much. But big shout out to fucking Mason McCormick. He balled out. You know, his 40 was quick. Vert,
5.08,
yeah, and
5.08, 40.
he won the broad jump with like a 9.5, I think it was. Um, Congrats to him, South Dakota boy, Roosevelt High School. That's huge, and yeah, the
Yep,
O lineman. I mean, that's the only one I actually watched like entirely, like because
from
I wanted
start to
obviously,
finish. Yeah.
because I want to see the South Dakota kids, South Dakota State boys, dominate. So that's the reason I watched it, and yeah, both balled out, and good for them.
Yeah, Mason McCormick, Ian Rappaport did like a segment on just like his stats and stuff. And yeah, Mason McCormick ranked a 93 in the athleticism score and ranked first in the combine out of all of offensive tackles in the athleticism or offensive linemen.
Yeah,
And then 5.08 for 40, 10 yard split was 1.71, 35.5 vert, 9.9 broad jump. 20-yard shuttle is 4.45. But yeah, Ian Rappaport did a segment, could make a potential jump up into late first round with the performance that he had at the combine. So yeah, huge. Yeah, could make or break some of these picks, like going from second to first or third to second or fourth
hmm
to third, and yeah, stuff like that.
yeah,
And huge
and
pay jump.
like we mentioned, yeah, some of these guys don't do the combine. I think it was a good choice that Mason did do the combine because obviously it improved his draft stock. So like he's gonna jump up, and like you said, he's Ian Rappaport's talking like, hey, he might get late first round. And that's huge for all offensive linemen from South Dakota.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, he ranked fourth out of all linemen, 77th total score. He ranked fourth on that and everything like that. So yeah, shout out to Mason McCormick and his combine and everything like that, putting on a performance and everything.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, also putting on a performance. You had UFC last night, which we watched, and
Yes, sir.
The Sugar Show did not disappoint. Yeah, UFC 299 was well worth the pay-per-view and everything like that. Amazing, or not, yeah, really good main card. A lot of
Very
big
good. I
names and
think.
everything like that. But yeah, you
Yeah,
want to jump into that one?
I think the best. Yeah, I mean, best card we've seen in a while. Might be the best card of the year. Obviously, there's still more to come. We're almost about 3.5 months, 3 months in, whatever.
Right,
Um,
but yeah, this huge start out to UFC and everything like that. Having, yeah, just name some of the. So obviously, Sean O'Malley and Cheeto Vera.
Main event, yeah, and he balled out. He has the third. I think he did. I think he landed 200 something, 233 or whatever, significant strikes. So that's the third most all time. I think behind probably Nate Diaz. I think Nate Diaz one time landed like 250 or 270, but good for him. Yeah, he balled out. He's a dominant performer, and obviously that's a huge fight for him because he's coming off of his only loss. He doesn't really consider it a loss, but like um, that's his only loss, and just to dominate like that is impressive.
Yeah, no, he definitely balled out. I'm grabbing the stats right now. Yeah, total strikes, 232 out of
32, yeah.
358. Yeah, and then total significant strikes was 230. Yeah, so which is freaking insane. He was just piecing Cheeto Vera apart. Got him with that flying knee right to the cheek and
Yeah,
uh just sent
Yeah,
him
I
back.
mean,
But Cheeto didn't back down. It phased him for sure. Like he was scared the whole entire fight after that. Like he was shelling up and turtling up and trying to take as many
well,
blows as possible. But
it definitely hurt him. Definitely hurt him. That
yeah,
knee.
after the fight, they had that post fight interview, and Sugar said that he felt something pop or crack as soon as he on his knee, as soon as he felt hit him right in the cheekbone.
I don't know. Was it right here?
No, it was right in the cheek, right here.
Well, you
And
could.
then and
I've
then his
seen
head
that.
flew back, but
Hmm.
it hit him right in the cheek, and that's why he had that huge gash right underneath his eye. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
something cracked.
You have to
Something
rewatch that.
cracked. I did
Yeah.
rewatch. I've seen the video. I mean, I wasn't obviously paying attention to where he like landed, but yeah, I mean, you could hear like that. It was like, pop,
Sound like
like
a
right when he.
baseball bat hitting a watermelon. It was nuts.
It sounded like a baseball bat cracking. Yeah, good for him. But I mean, I don't think he's never been dropped. Cheeto's never been dropped.
He hit the
Um,
mat a couple times last night, but I don't know
yeah,
if it was because of Sean hitting him or anything like
right.
that. There's
Because
him missing kicks or missing swings and stuff like that.
yeah,
But
but a great fight, great card. Yeah, Sugar Sean's the. I don't know. I mean, I used to be a big Conor McGregor fan, and now I'm just kind of like, oh man, this guy's
the
he's the
next, yeah,
best. He's the best. I don't even think it's the next. I think he's better than Conor. I think his strikes are more significant, obviously, and better. Um, yeah, he might be the goat. And he's working his way into that for sure.
yeah, it was a fun fight to watch. And then you had leading up to it, you had Peter Yan and Song Yadong first match. Peter Yang won that one by unanimous decision. You had Gilbert Burns facing Jack Della Maddalena. And yeah, Jack Della Maddalena knocked out Gilbert Burns, which was kind of a shocker. But yeah, Gilbert Burns, 37, 38 years old. Jack Della Mandela, like 28, 27. So huge age difference there. Kevin Holland lost to Michael Page by unanimous decision. And then you had
which is
Dustin.
which, which is pretty big. Which is pretty big. Kevin Holland,
Yeah.
one of my favorite fighters.
Michael Page
Yeah,
is 22-2. Yeah. I think
yeah,
my Kevin Holland was the underdog in that one going into it. But yeah, it's still a decent fight. Went all 3 rounds and everything like that. So and then you had Dustin Poirier, the co-main event, or not co-main event, but the second card leading up to the
well, I
main event.
mean,
Yeah.
you're right. It should be a co-main event. I mean,
Basically, but yeah, it was Dustin Poirier versus Benet St. Denis, and yeah, Dustin Poirier knocked him out with a punch in the second round, which was awesome to see. Dustin Poirier, he's still doing it. He's 38 or 36 or something like that, and still showing that he's still a dog and everything. And then yeah, like you said, we had the Sugar Show wrap up the
yeah,
299.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of Poirier, he's a beast. One of my favorite fighters. He got called out. I mean, he did get called out by Islam, and to be that old, like you mentioned, he might get a title shot. Islam called him out. I think that would be a huge fight for him. I mean,
Dustin
especially
versus Islam.
yeah. I think that'd be a huge fight, but I guess we'll see. Islam called him out, but I don't know. I think Islam would dominate him, to be honest. But I don't
Yeah,
know. But
maybe, but yeah,
but good for Dustin. Yeah, it's a huge win. He's had a few bad losses here like recently, so good win for him.
yeah. The next, the
UFC
next,
UFC 300,
yeah.
which
Uh,
which
It's Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill is
yeah,
the
that's about
main
it.
event.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Two
Max
ninety nine.
Holloway and Justin Gaethje fight that day or that
Mm,
card. Justin
yep. So
Gaethje and Max Holloway are a good one.
that
Charles
was
Oliveira.
okay. Yep, that was supposed to be the best card UFC 300 because obviously it's a milestone. Obviously Connor was supposed to fight in that card with Chandler, not happening.
Yeah,
So 299 is by far better card than 300. But I'm excited for 300 as well.
yeah, 300 would be a good one too. But yeah, 299 was definitely one for the year of 2024 with Sugar Sean, and he'll probably fight. Do you think he'll fight again this year in 2024
Yeah, I mean, shit, you got fucking 8 more months, pretty much. So I think that he will.
towards the
Obviously,
end?
a camp runs. Unless he wants to get in something in like June, July. I think that he might not fight until like December.
Yeah, he
But
was
I think
limping
that
off. Yeah, he was limping off the stage, not the stage, but the ring and the octagon, and walking back to the locker room gimping. And then he did get a body shot from Cheeto at like with 1 second left. He landed a good body shot and like
yeah,
slumped him over, which sucks that it had to be 1 second left. Why did that have to? Should have just ended it before that.
No,
But
no, you got to finish the fight. But obviously, I
well,
mean,
yeah, but I'm just saying
five,
Sean should have fucking knocked him out before
but
that.
five rounds. I mean, is you're going to be limping no matter what. I think. I mean, 5 rounds is pretty
From
tough.
and he landed 90
Exhaustion. Yeah.
90 strikes too. So I mean, wasn't
Well, he
definitely got
landed no.
beat up a
He
little bit.
landed 230 significant strikes. Oh,
No,
you saying
Cheeto.
Cheeto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did get hit. Yeah, pieced up a little bit, but I could be shadow boxing for 230 significant strikes and fucking still limping out of the fucking cage.
Yeah, tired. Yeah, right. Exactly. But
But hell yeah,
yeah, that was a good fight. And then yeah, what else we got going on? We have
big
March
news for.
Madness. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we got. What you mean? Free agency is huge. I mean, obviously we're jumping
Yeah,
from football.
true.
The free agency is huge right now for sure. Obviously the Russell Wilson kind of where's he gonna go? I think it's the biggest thing. I mean, the Broncos are eating a shit ton of cap. And there's been a lot of moves. I mean, the Buffalo Bills. They let 6 players go right away off the bat. To
Yeah,
get underneath that cap.
that was kind of the start of the free agency. It was the Russell Wilson
And then it
release and
started.
then the release
It's
of the Bills players, and then that's when everything started kind of domino affecting into place when yeah the Bills released Tre'Davious Ward, Jordan Poyer, and then Mitch Morse or whatever the center from for them.
mm,
So and then yeah Russell Wilson was huge. Free the dead cap like 86 million or something for the Broncos or something
yeah,
like
bad,
that.
bad. They're eating it, and I just don't understand that. I can't wrap my head around it of why it even happened in the first place.
Well,
Um,
yeah, it was like, all right, let's get a star quarterback in Russell Wilson. First year went like what 5-10, didn't do much. So then they're like, all right, let's get a new head coach, see if that works, see if get Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. That didn't work, and so there you had to make a decision between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Like, yeah, fucking Broncos country. We want to win. We don't want to have this promo anymore and all these distractions and shit. So yeah, I think yeah, move on from Russell was the best decision. And also they made another big move this offseason, just like a couple of weeks ago that or a couple of days ago. Jerry Judy gets sent off to Cleveland to the Browns for a fifth and a sixth round pick.
yeah.
So I mean they're trying to make moves. I mean Jerry Judy wasn't a huge help to him. They're paying him quite a bit, so get some.
Well, I don't even know if it's about pay or his product. I mean, obviously it's about production, but his off the field antics or even it was on the field antics.
Is
Him
Steve
doing
Smith? Yeah,
him doing some weird shit. Good get for Cleveland, but that's another question. Is Deshaun Watson actually a good quarterback? I mean, is he gonna be there for the whole entire year? Stay healthy. I mean, he's reminds me of kind of like not reminds me, but like same situation as Russell Wilson. They pay him all this money and they don't give him. He doesn't do shit for the team.
yeah, but they
I
got
mean,
Joey Flacco in their back pocket.
yeah, but I think that's still gonna. Is that gonna change? Like Joey Flacco might be somewhere else too. He might get a fucking a job somewhere else.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of people are going place. A lot of people are staying too. Chris Jones just signed a 5 year, $95 million contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. People thought he was going to be out of there. The way they treated him last season, didn't pay him, and stuff like that. He was sitting like the very first game against the Bills, or not against the Bills, against the Lions. He was sitting up in the press
Press
box or
box.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, and so people were kind of wondering about that, but yeah, they got a deal done and they paid him, and he was a dominant reason why, or an X factor, the reason why they made it that far and won the Super
Yeah.
Bowl was
Yeah.
because of Chris Jones and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
I
well
think
deserved.
of speaking of the Chiefs, I think that's a dynasty in the making. I mean, it already is a dynasty. I think.
Yeah, 3 out of the last 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah, and I don't think any of those. Like, I think Patty Mahomes is staying. Chris Jones is staying. I think Kelsey. I don't know when his contract ends, but I think he'll resign. I don't think he's retiring anytime soon. But anyways, speaking of Kelsey, what about the other Kelsey? That retirement speech.
Yeah, that was a tearjerker for sure. Yeah, Jason Kelsey is retiring from the NFL after I don't know 15 years or something like that in the
I
league.
think 13 years.
Yeah, something like that. A decade plus in the league, and gonna go down and as a Hall of Famer. Gonna be wearing a gold jacket one day for sure. But yeah, it was definitely a tearjerker speech. Jason Kelsey was there. His mom was there. They were playing it on the Pat McAfee show.
Trav was there. Trav was there as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, I was crying over lunch and crying, tears dropping in my food and stuff. I was like, God damn it. But yeah, no, it was
Yep.
definitely a
Yeah,
good
I mean, I
retirement
think
speech.
that watching that speech, it just shows you how good, like how much he cared about football.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm gonna start crying right now. I mean, I think that was the biggest. I mean, it was 45 minutes, I think 50 minutes. And he gave, thanks to everybody in like that he like pretty much high school, college, and NFL, and just it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a good speech. And Jason Kelsey, yeah, thank you for your service. That been a huge impact in the league. And yeah, definitely, like I said, going to be going down in the Hall of Fame shortly, probably in the next couple of years, going to probably have his number retired by the Eagles, all that fun stuff. So
Absolutely.
yeah, shout out Kelsey brothers. And yeah, Travis is probably still going to be staying in Chiefs Kingdom, probably going to win a few more Super Bowls with those guys and Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, other recent news and free agency. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, especially with the draft coming up and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have like what else? You got Zach Ertz going to Washington. Mac
Yep.
Mac Jones from the Patriots is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. So we'll start on Zach Ertz. I don't know how I feel about him. I know he balled out in Philadelphia before getting
He
sent off.
he played well in Arizona too until
Eh,
halfway through
yeah,
last year. He got injured and then didn't play. And then Trey McBride stepped up
but
more
he
than
didn't
his
have a
injury.
he didn't have a quarterback either. This past year. So I don't know how I feel about Zach Ertz. Going to Washington. Who's the Washington's quarterback?
Yeah, we'll see. They got pick number 2, so they got a plethora. I mean, they still got Sam Howell. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. But they got the second round pick. So I mean, they got Caleb Williams probably going number 1, but they also, I mean, JJ McCarthy. They have who's that guy from LSU? Why can't I think of his name right off the top of my head?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He's
Oh,
like the number 2 pick. And then you have
yep,
Drake May. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that are gonna be yeah, going high in the draft. So I mean, Washington has some options. They also have, yeah, Terry McLaurin. They got Curtis Samuel. They have Antonio Gibson and the guy that got shot, James, or not James Robinson.
yep.
Um,
Brian, is it
Brian
Brian
Robinson
Robinson?
Jr. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
they got young talent. They're pretty good on, and then their defense, they let go of Chase Young and everything like that. But I mean, they have some picks coming up in this draft, so I think they'll improve. But yeah, Patriots sending Mac Jones off to Jacksonville is kind of interesting, especially when you have Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe just want a backup. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence never gets hurt, and if he does, he never sits. So I don't. What's the point of having him back? I don't know what that move is there. So
yeah. Very shocking. Very shocking. Obviously, Patriots have the third pick.
yep,
So they're obviously going to draft quarterback. I mean, obviously
they
this.
have to. Yeah, they were gonna go
Yeah,
with
I mean
Bailey
that.
Zappi, right?
Well, fuck, Zap, you kind of balled out better than fucking Mac, but I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, Mac Jones been in the league for what 3 or 4 years?
Longer than that. He sat behind Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, even proves my point that what's he gonna learn from fucking Trevor Lawrence?
Right. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is still in process, like progress. He's
So,
still
so
trying
I
to
don't
figure
know.
out how to play in
I
the
don't
NFL.
understand that trade at all. Or that that grab. I don't know. I think his
What
career
did they
might
get?
be.
Yeah, what did they get for him? I guess I can.
I'm not sure. I guess, but I
They're
think that is.
finalizing. Yeah, they're finalizing the trade. Patriots will receive a 2024 sixth round pick as compensation. The trade cannot
Yeah.
be processed until the new league year begins Wednesday, as
Yep, and
Jones.
that's about every trade right now or whatever. You know, release. I guess
Yeah,
that doesn't process until the trade year. So I mean, some of these could change, probably not, but I don't understand that trade at all.
yeah, because they drafted him first in 2021.
Yeah, I don't understand it, and he didn't perform at all. But I think they're trying to get a brand new quarterback. It could do the same exact thing too.
Ugh, that's gross, dude. They got a sixth round pick for him. So like the last possible round in the draft, they got a sixth round pick for him. That's gross.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what
yeah.
was going on with that, but yeah, who knows? It could be interesting to see what Jacksonville does this year. Patriots, their whole team is going to be different. I don't know if they're gonna keep Zeke or not, but yeah, you know what I mean. So they
Well,
got
Zeke ain't changing the team, and they got Juju Smith-Schuster for a 3-year deal last year. He ain't changing the team. They need somebody to fucking bring some
Mike
life to that
Gesicki.
team
I
for
think Mike
sure.
Gesicki went there
Yeah,
too.
Gesicki's a beast. Possibly could have ruined his career, but he got the bag. So um, I don't
Yes,
know. Patriots
yeah,
are, I'm here for it because I love it. They came out with the documentaries. They came out like it was all, growing up. It was all Patriots. Like Tom Brady, Patriots, Super Bowl champs. I'm here for it. Let them fall apart. Let them
yeah,
fall apart. And Bill Belichick leaving. Let them fall apart, please. We need a new champion. Obviously, we have one right now. I just
yeah. New
mentioned obviously
dynasty. Yeah,
Kansas City Chiefs. Um, yeah, let the Patriots just go down to the bottom of the division.
right, right. Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, it's yeah because they ran the league for about 10 years there for a long time, but um, yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the draft. There's gonna a lot of talent, a lot of good quarterback, a lot of good wide receivers as well in this draft. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of good defensive backs. Yeah, this draft class is pretty hefty with the skills position. Not too many quarterbacks. I mean, you got Caleb Williams, Drake May,
It's a
and
it's a pretty hefty draft class for quarterbacks.
I mean,
I
not
mean,
really. I mean,
you got Hendon Hooker. He's the one that threw it 70 something yards during the draft, during the
yeah,
combine.
yeah, right. You saw, I see that, but I mean, can you like do that with pressure in his face and like all that fun stuff? But yeah, Jaden Daniels, is the quarterback out of
Yep,
LSU that I was trying
LSU.
to think
Yep,
of. But
yep.
his partner in crime, Malik Neighbors, good wide receiver for LSU. He could change a team. Got good linemen, that Joe Alt, out of Notre Dame, Brock Bowers, that tight end out of Tennessee,
He's a
or
beast.
not out of Tennessee, out of
No,
Georgia.
yep,
Yeah.
Georgia. Yep.
Roma Dunze. I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of talent that
Yeah, I think this is the most impressive class we've had in a while.
yeah,
You
and
don't
then
have
you
like you. I mean, obviously you have that standout, but like the first round, like all those like players to get picked are gonna change your team. I think.
yeah, and then you got but there's also a lot of good talent in free agency too.
Yeah,
Um
running back is huge. Um,
Saquon, you got
running back's huge. Yeah,
yeah, T. Higgins is franchise tagged by Cincinnati. Mike Evans signed a big deal. He
big
got a
deal.
bag. He got a bag too. So well
Yep.
deserved. 10 years without a less than 100 or 1,000 yard season is pretty remarkable. So good for him. Yeah, what else is going on in free agency in the draft?
There's a lot of free agents. Yeah, but I think the biggest one, yeah, Saquon, and possibly going to your team.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think that
Minnesota
I think
replace
that's
Alexander Madison and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think he's the biggest free agent so far, obviously besides Russell Wilson. See
and
where
we
he
got Kirk
lands.
Cousins too. We don't know what's going to go on with Kirk Cousins either. So
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of rumors going around that he might be going to Atlanta. He's been looking at houses and stuff like that.
his wife's
So
from Atlanta, so that would be makes sense. Be a good fit too. I mean, they have some talent down there. They have Drake
yeah, but
London, Kyle Pitts, Brian Robinson. That
great
just
talent. Not Brian Robinson, but yeah, great talent. But how long is Kirk going to be a quarterback for? I mean, he's getting up there.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, this just sucked last year about that about the Achilles and everything because he was having the best career of
Yeah,
his year yet, or yeah,
yeah, he was.
best season of his career yet.
Yeah,
And that to top the one previous and the previous, he's been getting better every season.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, yeah, he was. I think it was a great system for Kirk Cousins and great quarterback. But let's see if we can't pick one up in the draft and get some compensation from Kirk Cousins because yeah, he
So my
did well,
question for
but
you,
yeah.
my question for you is, Russell Wilson is a free agent, and he's looking for. I mean, he wants to be a starting quarterback. Is that a possibility that the Vikings would want to put them on his team, put him on their team?
No, probably not. I wouldn't think so. You probably want something cheaper because yeah, you're gonna have to pay uh JJ. So I mean, you're basically building the
Yeah, but
team
no, but
around
this
Justin
is cheap.
Jefferson.
This is cheap because
No,
you
because
could.
you have to take on that. You have to take
No,
on
you
his
don't.
contract.
No, Broncos took on his $35 million contract. Like they're eating that. You could pay Russ Wilson $1.5 million starting
Yeah,
out
but he's not gonna
for
take
one
that.
year.
He's not gonna take that.
But he's already his second year. He's already getting paid 35 million.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't know, but yeah, I
So
would
you're
rather
not
go
you're
with the
not you're not
draft.
paying you're
I'd
not
rather
paying
go with
big.
the I'd rather go with
Yeah.
the draft, pick up like JJ McCarthy. He'll probably fall to 11th or something like that. Good system quarterback for Michigan. Knows how to win. Just want to come off a national championship. I want a winner on my team, not somebody who fucking takes all the center of attention away from the team and puts it on himself. So I'd rather go with
Yeah,
a rookie.
imagine him fucking doing Vikings country. Let's ride.
Right. So yeah, I'd
Yeah, you
rather
don't.
go with a rookie.
But I just want to let you know that he's not taking on. You're not. I mean, he's going to be a cheap quarterback the first year. That's a 1.5 $2 million quarterback the first year, and you maybe put like a 13. Like if you do 2 year deal, you're doing like 13 mil
I can
because
see
he's
him going to
making.
the Commanders. I can see him going to Commanders. Live in Washington D.C., all that good stuff. I can see that.
I could see it too. Yeah. Um, Giants. He obviously visited the Giants. I
Yeah,
could
New
see that
York.
as
Hmm.
well.
Steelers. He was
But
visiting the Pittsburgh
I
Steelers
think the
too.
biggest thing. I think where he's going to end up is Steelers because they do have talent. They have really good talent, very arrogant talent. George Pickens, I mean, great receiver, but he's a cocky son of a bitch.
And
But I
so
think that,
yeah, Steelers done with Kenny Pickett then or what?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the guy
I
got a
mean, he
small,
played well, but
dude.
he's gotten hurt.
Dude, the guy can barely fucking pump a football.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, I don't know. It's this. I think this is the biggest, like, most fun to watch. Like
Isn't
all these
Patrick Mahomes
moves.
same size hands as?
Nope, Kenny Pickett is small, 9.5, I think, inch.
Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes is right there, close. One of the smaller hands in the league.
Yeah, but
But it's Pat, and yeah,
you
Patrick.
also got to think about what Patty Mahomes has done
Right,
compared to Kenny Pickett.
right. I'm just saying. But yeah, and then yeah, so yeah, I mean, we're excited. I'm excited, pumped for the draft. See a bunch of different changes to a bunch of different teams with free agency, stuff like that. Hopefully, yeah, Vikings can pick up a few key players to help improve. Yeah, probably losing Kirk Cousins. Hopefully, keeping JJ, all that good stuff, and building around that. You guys, what pick do you guys have in the draft?
Oh, 27. I'm just guessing. 27, I think.
25
25. I think the biggest thing probably right now is
linemen.
offensive linemen. Safety is a huge thing. I mean, obviously Buffalo, like we mentioned earlier, Buffalo let go a lot of their big safeties. I'd like to get Jordan Poyer on the team, and then receiver. We'll do a few more receivers, but I think offensive linemen protect Jordan, and then do
I bet you guys could
the
use a running back too. Get linemen, a running
no,
back.
we don't need. We have Aaron Jones. Yeah,
He's getting up there in age, and AJ Dillon's a third down back. He proved to
AJ
everybody that
Dillon.
he's not
No,
a
AJ Dillon will be on a different team next year.
yeah
He's
maybe
up. We're not resigning him.
yeah well, yeah
But yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what we need. I think offensive lineman. I think that's we kind of saw that growth from Jordan. A lot of resemblances of like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, obviously O lineman protect that fucker because he can sling the ball. So I think we protect him. And yeah, just it would be nice to get Jordan Poyer. Dude, there's hella safeties available right now. Good safeties. I mean,
yeah
even Seattle let go their two safeties too.
right. So I
I
mean I mean yeah, there's a lot of talent coming in the league. Excited for the NFL draft, and that's what April. What'd you say? April 27th or something?
25th, I think it
Yeah,
is.
something like that. So middle of April. So we got a couple more month or so to go here till the draft kicks in. But yeah, in the meantime, NFL offseason, a lot of news every day. There's always something going on in NFL offseason. So yeah, we'll keep our ears and eyes open and everything like that. But then yeah, in the meantime, we got NCAA tournament, ACC, yeah, all the conference tournaments are going to be wrapping up here. And then yeah, Selection Sunday is on Sunday, March 17th. So next Sunday. So we'll have a podcast during or after, right at the same time as that Selection Sunday gets done, and we'll go over our brackets and everything like that. Have them all filled out and ready to rock and roll and share our picks and everything. Probably have a couple guests on, probably Kyle Lyons and Matt Lyons like we did last year. Had Kyle Lyons share his information, share his picks, all that fun stuff. Have a different couple perspectives and point of views and everything,
Right.
because yeah, this is all just a gamble, but you do have to have some knowledge and some kind of expertise in what you're doing. And Kyle called a couple games last year that no one ever thought was going to happen, like that Furman upset, and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. So yeah, we'll see what happens this year. And I'm excited for March Madness to kick off. And unfortunately, yeah, last night, North Carolina beat Duke to clinch the ACC title outright. So that was a bummer for Duke. Got swept by UNC this year, went 0-2. Didn't look too good last night. But I mean, yeah, good thing it's now instead of next week
Right,
in the
right,
March
right.
in the tournament. So and then there's everyone's fighting. There's a couple teams on the bubble spot and stuff like that. So I mean, this is where they make or break. You have this Summit League tournament still going on this weekend and into like Monday or Tuesday this week for like SDSU. They beat Oral Roberts last night, so
Hmm.
they advanced to the quarterfinals. Yeah, a lot of basketball going on, women's as well. And all that good stuff. So yeah, hop on your CBS Sports, ESPN, Yahoo, fill out brackets, and then yeah, we're also gonna have a bracket challenge like we did last year as well. We'll probably do that on ESPN like we did last year and all that good stuff. So I'll post that and everything to our YouTube in the description, social media, all that good stuff. We'll get the links out. And then we'll have a reward. What do you want to make it? What did we do last year? 250 to the winner or something like that? Or
I
was it
think last
250
year was
total?
one. Last year was
250
one
total
75. I think.
each. Yeah, so 250 to the winner. I think it
Uh,
was.
we'll talk about it and see what we want to give. I think that second place should get something. So because I know second place didn't get anything last year. I know Caden Rosh won it last year. And I think he ended up getting 175 or
No,
150. Yeah.
no, that Caden Rosh won the football, fantasy football.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So who won the best?
Flip Onder won the March Madness
Yeah, you're
one.
right. The guy we did not know.
Yeah, and so yeah,
Yeah.
we I think it was
Congratulations,
two
Flip.
I think it was 250. So
Flip, dude. Yeah, hey, congratulations, Flip, if you're watching. Yeah, excited to
but
have
yeah,
you back this. Excited to have you
yeah,
back this year, and I mean, best of luck to you.
yeah,
Um,
tell everybody,
you
get
ain't
your
taking
friends
this.
in.
You ain't taking this 250 from me, brother. I'm winning this all this year.
Yeah, so tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, get everyone in here. It's a free entry, and then we'll pay the winner. We'll set an amount next week when we have our podcast and stuff like that. But excited for that to kick off. We starts on the 21st, and rolls into April. But for the first like week or two, you have basketball on every day from like 10 a.m. all the way till nighttime, which is fucking
Yes,
awesome.
sir. I'm
Yeah,
pumped.
so excited for the madness to start, crazy shot clock beaters and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for episode number 56. We'll see you guys next week on the March Madness podcast. Until then, peace.
Peace.